Hello everybody, this is Watermelon Dallin and I am back to explain a new math video. Okay, in this video we'll be talking about how we can create a house with a triangular prism roof. So I just wrote down a small little question over here. So I'm just going to take out the key points. So you want a house which is 8 by 6. Okay, that means for the base, you know that your length is 8 meter and your breadth is 6 meter. And then it has a total height of 3 meter, right? And apart from that, it has a triangular prism roof of 1 meter in height. Now, this is, oh, I highlighted the wrong thing. Oops. This is a kind of hard to visualize when you first see this question. So I'm just going to show up this image over here behind this notepad. Okay, this is how the shape is going to look like when we draw it out, right? So let me just close this, or should I say I can leave it open, it's fine. Okay, I'm going to go into my website thing. Now I have drawn out the base of it. Okay, the 8 by 6 base roof part, the rectangular, the cuboid part. Now I will not go into very much detail on how to actually get this because I did it in the previous video, but I will just briefly explain. Okay, so if you guys are confused, then you all can go back to the previous video, which I'll put a link down in the description, and you can take a look at it to have a better understanding. Now, the cuboid part, we lay it out. It has a height of 2 meters, a length of 8 meters, a breadth of 6 meters, right? And then for the triangular prism roof, we also lay it out. It has a height of 1 meter, right? A length of 8 meter and a breadth of 6 meter. Now over here I plotted some coordinates. I'm going to highlight them and then I'm going to, yeah, this is the important part, right? This is the these are the coordinates for the rectangular or cuboid part. Okay, which is already drawn out here and plot out here. So now just gonna briefly go through it. We start at point 0, which is over here, and that's why the coordinate is x, y, z, right? So it's 0, 0, 0. Next, we move on to the extreme side, which is, since this is a 8 meter thing, so the x-axis will become 8, 0, 0. That's the coordinate. Same concept. After that, we just copy this too, and then we put it down here. We change the y-axis because we want something, a line that is parallel to this one. So it has to be parallel. Our x-axis will probably remain the same because x-axis traverses the length, right? So now we determine how far is it from this line to this line, and therefore we just need to add in the y-axis of 6 into point C and point D over here. Okay. Next, just move on very quickly. After that, I just copy these 4 points, A, B, C, and D. I just replace it with all this and change it to E, F, G, H, right? And then after that, I just change the z-axis because we want to do something that's exactly parallel to this, but the height. So we know it is 2 meters in height, so we drew out this part. Okay, if you don't understand what I'm saying, go back to the previous video, and if you still don't get it and you need more explanation, let me know, and then I can do a separate video on it. Okay, so let's go on to the important part, which is the triangular prism. Now, if you visit the previous video on the pyramid, which is not shown on the screen, I'm just showing the triangular prism result that we're supposed to get. What happens is we have to find the center point. Very similar, we need to do the same. Now I'm aware that this point is off from this point because I didn't do a proper job, and don't worry, I'll get this right this time. Okay, now because when you connect the thing, if you didn't connect it properly, you get what what you just saw. Okay, but it's pretty fine. Just don't make the same mistake when you're doing a test or something. So what we can do is we are going to figure out what's the center point, but we do not need to figure out the center point of the entire figure. We just need to find the center point of the breadth, because you notice that the side that is triangular is just focus on this one and not this one, because it's off, right? The side of this one is, you can tell that it is exactly half, right? So this, just to get this very nice little roof, so it's just the half of the breadth. So what's our breadth is 6. So let's just write it down, right? Point I, okay. Right now, let's just write it down. Point I, it has a, you don't know what's the x value yet? Don't know. Okay, wait, you know what's the x value, right? You first have to determine, yes, you have to determine the x value, which is, first you start at the 0 point. You don't know what's the y value, which you can find out. And the z value, you know, it is 3, because the total height is 3. So let's just put down what we know. Now how do we find y? So y is just equals to, what's the entire breadth of it? 6, right? Just take 6 divide by 2, which gives you 3. And therefore you know your y is 3, and your point I will be 0, 3, 3. Now if you know this, you can immediately find your point J, because as I said, it just has to be directly parallel to it. So if we start at the 0 point, now we have to find this side. And how do you find this side of it? Like this side, right? How do you find this side? You have to go from this point, go all the way here on the x-axis, and see what number is this. It's 8. So this is a simple way for you to find out what's your x-axis, or next point of x-axis. So the only thing will change is your x-axis now. Oops, it's fine. Okay, I paste it in. And put this as 8. And put this point y as 3. Now because it is the center point, as I explained, right? So now let's not make the same mistake as I made for the image, but simple first, plot the coordinate. Okay, I only didn't join up the line properly, which you have to be able to do that, right? Sorry for that. Okay, we just put this point, so you can see it's at the center of the breadth, which is what we want, and put in the next point. It's also gonna be, it has to be directly opposite, which is parallel to it. Okay, it has to be directly opposite. Okay, so now let's join up the points. Okay, let's use a segment, and let's see if we can change the color. Now it's already changed to orange, like what I did just now, so let's just leave it as it is. And what we can do is plot draw out the lines, right? So let's draw out the lines. Okay, I have to make sure I don't make the same mistake as I did, because that was kind of embarrassing. Okay, put this point here, hold it up, same thing. Okay, and then just join these two lines together. Now the only hard part is to figure out the points. drawing the lines are fine, right? I think everybody can do this pretty well. So this is the figure that we ultimately want to achieve. It looks like this. Okay, at this side, and it looks like this at this side. Okay, so oops, let me just put this better perspective how it was. Okay, so this is the figure that we want to achieve, and we have achieved it. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and then down in the comment section, of course, and then, or you can even drop me an email or a messenger text. Okay, well, we'll move on to future other questions if you all have, and do let me know down in the comment sections if you want to see more videos just like this. Thank you.